Alright, so what this video is, prior to stream, I had decided to do a warm-up before streaming and participating in weekend 2 of Operation WAGs. Now, that warm-up sortie ended up being the best sortie I have ever done. So, what I did, I went back, got the track file, decided to try to record the replay. Hopefully this turns out well. Now, something I should mention before this, you will notice I am in the F-18 Hornet, in one of my favorite paint jobs for the F-18 Hornet that I have found. Now, I am using Fox 1 missiles. The reason I'm using Fox 1 missiles is that on weekend 2 of Operation WAGs, Fox 3 missiles actually got banned in an attempt to make it less of a meat grinder and get things a little bit more up close and personal. And I hope that actually shows in this video because I think it tended to work. Prior to this sortie, I had actually never used Fox. I'm going to go ahead and unpause. I had never used Fox 1 missiles in combat. Up until this point, mainly I'd used from Fox 3s to varying success. And mainly, up to this point, most of my practice was in ground strikes. Or not ground strikes, but air striking ground targets. So this extra became a surprise, and that was one of the reasons I wanted to do a warm-up. But, because this didn't get caught on stream or recording or anything, I decided to go back and try to do a recording. And looks like we are getting moving here. Oh, maybe not. I forgot something. So, while we're waiting, I will say I had an absolute blast in Operation WAGs, and it was for a good cause. So, the guys over the High Alpha Hooligans, they are amazing and have been super welcoming to me, and I just want to give them a quick thanks while we sit here. Now, something else I noticed, in the cockpit view, things seem a little bit more zoomed in than they appeared to me when I was using a VR headset, so I'm curious how that's going to turn out. The other thing I will say, because I'm using a track file to record this, is you won't be able to hear any of the radio chatter I was getting from the other people who are on the server, which is a little unfortunate. Wish I could have caught that, but oh well. So, there goes an F-18 out ahead of me. And I believe I just kind of follow him out to the runway, so we should get going here in just a moment. And we got Chinook spawned in. Chinook, I've debated trying to learn that, but I already have 2 planes in my backlog to learn, or a plane and a helicopter. I'm working on the Apache next. But yeah, we are getting rolling here towards the runway. I'm not going to go all the way to the end. I'm just going to follow this guy, and we're both going to take off from this point here. And I can actually control the camera and zoom from first person here. Cool. I thought that was kind of slave to my head movements at the time, but apparently not. So, again, I am carrying 6 Fox 1 missiles, a couple of Fox 2s, and a single drop tank of fuel. Fox 1s, for those who don't know, they are slave to the radar of the plane. You have to keep your radar locked on your target until that missile either misses or hits your target. The Fox 2s, those are your classic heat seekers that everyone knows from pop culture. And we are going full afterburner down this runway. Until... wheels up. Now, I am going to go kind of do my own thing this mission. Didn't really have anyone with me. There were people around, and I was getting intel from our AWACS, but for the most part, was kind of running by myself here. That being said, AWACS helped me out big time here in several places. Letting me know of any threats, and I think at one point he was guiding me on how to get out of danger once I was out of missiles. Spoiler alert, I run out of missiles. Now, something else you'll see, jammers on. This past week, did a lot of learning between weekend 1 and weekend 2. One of those things I've learned was I need to be using my jammer more. So, I think that's something else that probably helped me out here, especially with these radar-dependent missiles. Looks like I'm already in air-to-air mode, and I'm just going to start hunting for something to test these missiles out on. Another thing, I stay very low this mission. Trying to use the terrain to my advantage seemed like a smart move. I'm not that low at the moment, but you can see I'm already kind of trying to go down. And I think part of this mission, part of the success was me doing smart things dumbly. Which is, hey, a smart person would have done that on purpose. I probably did it on accident. That, or just me getting very lucky. So, again, out hunting. First target headed south. I believe that was Vody that I just took off from. If I remember. Yes, that was Vody. You can see, heading southwest, looking for targets. Which is a little funny, because I was kind of, just from my memory, I'm recording this 24 hours after it happened, I actually thought I headed southeast, but apparently I did not. So, memory a little faulty there. Now, I've already locked on to a target, or I shouldn't say lock on, I'm looking at a target, I haven't locked him yet. And there are several, if you look at my radar screen there are several things headed this way, and I have just decided, screw it, we're going for it. Now, what I am looking at is the two closest on the right, they're actually heading a different angle from me, and nobody other than this F-14 that I'm currently going against. I think that's an F-14. Nothing else is really lighting me up at the moment. So, I'm just gonna try to kind of get a good angle on him, get some speed. See if I can hit him before he hits me. And I am flying very low right now. Had a moment later in the day where I got tunnel vision so bad I straight up ran into a tree. And I had a good laugh about that. Don't get tunnel vision. The big blue marble is undefeated. Now, he is no longer lighting me up, and I don't really know why. He's still kind of heading the same direction, and he's not heading directly at me, it seems. So my plan is kind of just get within range, take my best shot, and hope it works. And that looks like him up there off the nose. Now, flying this low, I am sacrificing some missile range, but I'm just kind of hoping that this terrain is going to help me with people seeing me on radar. Alright, so he does have a good bit of altitude on me. So I think I'll pop up here. Yep, okay, just locked him. And I don't remember if I get him with the first missile or not, so we're going to find out together. Missile away. Box 1. It's tracking him so far. And obviously he's got the warning. He's trying to move out of the way. And he is diving. I'm also thinking that this one's going to miss. Yep, missile lost. Now, I'm getting this kind of intermittent shoot. I still don't fully understand the shoot command. A lot of times it seems pretty wonky, but maybe that's just my lack of knowledge. But I'm going to try chasing that dot down, see if I can get another good shot on him. It's also looking like I launched 2 at him. I did not remember launching 2 on that first one, but apparently I did. Just from the number I have left. Alright, there goes the next one. Oh, I think that's the wrong one. Okay, that one also... Oh, I missed the hit, but we got him with something. So, there's that target down. I think I just followed the wrong missile there. But I'm going to drop back down, find another target. Feeling pretty proud of myself right now. And down to only 3 of those left. I used way too many on that one target. Again, first time using them. Still trying to figure it out. So it looks like I got some friendlies engaging 3 targets up here. Or 4. Yeah, I think that's 4. I'm looking at it. So I'm just going to go lower, see if I can help. Try to pick off these 2 in the back, I think was my plan, since they're probably focused on the others. So my hope is I can kind of slip in here, pick somebody off, and be of some use. And flyby. I have dropped the tank at this point. It's run out. Dropped it at some point back there. He's shooting. Not a great angle now, is it? Yeah, there is a point, and I'm not sure if it's this engagement or the next, but actually I'll just wait. Alright, so keep losing target in these hills. But the hope I have at this point is that they're doing the same with me. I'm also aware this probably isn't going to be the best video. This is my first time recording off a replay like this. Hopefully it turns out well, and if you've made it this far, hopefully you're enjoying it. I'm hugging these hills as much as I can here, short of just going straight down and only going through these little ravines and such. I do want to try to get there with some amount of time and then help out. But it looks like I have locked onto that one. Oh, that was on the right. Kind of looking like it's just going to be me and him right here, which would be my preference. The fewest complications while I'm learning a new thing, the better. It's about 18 miles out now. I'm just waiting. I decided to shoot it instead of waiting for the shoot command. I am getting lit up at this point, so I do go a bit defensive. I'm just going to watch, see if this missile hits. I don't even see him at the moment. Thinking that got lost when I was defensive, so now I'm going to go try again. And he's doing like me, he's staying very low. Also getting lit up by someone behind me, it looks like. That stops. Now I'm going back on this guy. Like I said, he is as low as I am at this point. There he goes right there. Now, at this point, I remember this, I am actually looking through my HUD way too much, and something and trying to follow him that way. Something told me, look up. I look up, saw him, and pulled my high maneuver lever, whatever it's called, trying to get that nose around and get off of Fox 2. There it goes. And there he goes. That's 2 kills so far. Already for me, that is an amazing sortie. But still got a Fox 2 left. And I believe still got 3 Fox 1s. Nope, I'm down to 2 Fox 1s. I can't count. So I fly away with his burning right there. That's a good shot. I like that. Well, been successful so far. May as well see what else I can pull off. Got two targets there. Look like they're looking away from me. So I'm going to try to catch up to them. Oh, another one just popped up there. He's also not looking my direction. Watching that radar, waiting for my weapon to get in range. Now I've also noticed, I've got 2 things off to my right, which does not bode well for me. Keep going up, there's another one, but one of them is actually in range. So I decided to kind of peel off, actually. I decided that's a bit more than I can handle. In fact, I think the AWACS actually was the one who told me, hey, more just popped up, you're going to want to not go that way. Oh, I was hugging these trees tight. So yeah, to my memory, AWACS told me, hey, got more things that way than you think there are, just go a different way. Go any other way. Now, kind of reset a little bit. I'm trying to figure out what do I want to do. looking at the SA, looking at the radar, just trying to find a good spot for me to be that I'm not going to instantly die, and maybe keep up this good run. Oh, looks like I finally picked out the target. It's actually fairly close. I'm already getting a shoot. And I launch off that box one. And hit him. I believe that was another F-18 down. That's 3. So at this point, because I've gotten down 3 targets, this is now officially the best, most successful sortie I have ever been. And part of me is kind of thinking, yeah, there's no way I can do this well and make it home. But still got weapons. Let's see if I can't put them to use. I've got one left of each, one Fox 1 and one Fox 2. And I just found a new target. He is fairly within my range. So let me just point out something real quick. Or let me see from my own knowledge. I am currently way down here. I am in enemy territory further than I think I am. Any help I have is way up here with Ahab, way up here with Zucker, and that's it. Oh, and T-Bird. I did not see T-Bird. That is it. I am way down here, and there are way more enemies than there are me's. So, I'll just resume. So again, I'm kind of thinking, I ain't making it out here. So I'm going to take as many of them as I can with me. There's the shoot command. Missile away. Fox 1. Now, I do remember, unfortunately, I actually thought that this Fox 1 missed. So I end up sending off my Fox 2 and wasting it. Goodbye. Not sure what that was, maybe a 16? But yeah, and there goes the boom. So now I am out of missiles and I need to get home. And I am desperately radioing AWACS to be like, I need to get out of here. Do not expect me to do any more. Which I will say to the guys who are doing AWACS, both weekends they were doing the Lord's work. They were amazing at keeping up with everything going on and giving out good information. It was probably one of the most fun things for me was just being able to listen to all the radio chatter going on throughout these missions. But yeah, I am out of missiles and I am figuring out how to haul butt home. Now, unfortunately, if you notice, on our SA page, I am a little surrounded here. But I do have friends. I'm just trying to haul ass, stay low, please don't be seen. If I get seen, I'm probably dead. If I get seen, I'm just going to hope I can outrun whatever they send my way. Is it a great plan? No, absolutely not, whatsoever. But it's the only plan we have. You also see me making several turns. That's our AWACS giving me directions and suggesting directions to head. Though at one point I do think he tries to reassign me on a target, and I have to remind him, hey, I'm out of missiles. Please don't make me use guns. I do not have that kind of experience. I do see these mountains up here, and I'm hoping that they're going to give me some kind of cover. And as you can see, we do have a hole here where our friends are, and I'm just trying to shoot through that hole. As I scare the crap out of some apartment buildings. It is about here that I realize that I am closer to home than I think I am. Because there's the runway right there. Now, again, I am a fairly new pilot in DCS, and something I've been trying to work on is actually doing landing patterns instead of just straight on approaches from 10 miles out, and because I haven't wound up this close and this low, this is a good opportunity for me to practice that. On top of just trying to look professional for all the people who know what they're doing that are participating on the same team, Operation WAG. Something else here was this runway in particular seemed fairly inconsistent on which direction people were going down it, so that was another thing of like, I'm not sure which end I'm supposed to land on right now. So I'm just kind of on the radio being like, hey, everyone be aware I'm currently trying to land. I am looking too and wasn't seeing anyone on the runway at the time. That does give me a bit of freedom to do this how I need to do it. There's the landing gear and the flaps. Trim the nose up, go ahead and get the right angle of attack. Now I do try, I believe, to go ahead and land right here on this end of the runway. However, because I don't have much practice on landing like this, I completely misjudge the turn and end up aborting and going around the other way. I thought I was giving myself enough room. I did not nearly give myself enough room. Also, I just pressed the wrong button. But I've made it this far. I absolutely want to land this bird as well as things have gone. I am getting a radar warning there. So at this point, I'm just thinking, yep, I'm about to go through this amazing mission, best sortie I've ever had, just to get shot down while trying to land. But it goes away. Not sure where it came from, not sure where it went, but it's gone now, so I will just count my blessings and proceed. Now at this point, I have aborted that landing attempt, and I'm going to try again on the other side. I do pick out a little hill over here and say, that looks far enough and further out. I'm going to kind of angle away and try to make this turn work. Fortunately, because of the flaps of the landing gear and trying to maintain altitude and such, I am moving very slow at this point, which just fuels that fear of that radar warning is going to come back and knock me down the 50 feet or whatever to the ground. Yes, I'm aware that is a lot more than 50 feet. It's just making the joke before someone decides to be snobby. But yeah, it's about this point that I'm going, I realize why I have to fly this slow right now to prevent tearing the landing gear off. But God, it feels so slow when I'm having to go all the way back around. Added some distance between me and the runway. Gonna go a bit further down than I did previously. And I'm sure there's a million things wrong with this, but at the time, I was doing what I needed to do. So I mentioned this is one of my favorite liveries to use for the F-18 at the moment, while we're waiting. There's another one I have based on Skywarp from Transformers that I found recently and I've been enjoying. It's one of those things that just makes me smile to use. Also currently looking at getting some customized done with the channel logo and stuff like that. Probably going to be talking to that about that within the next week as of recording. But started turning back towards the runway, and it is lining up. Now by now there is another F-18 that's down there. Fortunately he has heard me or seen me, and he is going to wait. I am very appreciative. Still swung a little wide, so I'm going to move back, get lined back up. I remember this landing fairly smooth, so hopefully it looks that way. Touch. Thank you, F-18, for waiting, whoever you were. In fact, I can look and see who you were, so I can thank you by name. Hangman, thank you for waiting. So, you've made it this far. Hope you enjoyed the video. Was very proud of this sortie, enough to go back and report it. I hope you have a good day.